Hey, what's up everybody? It's your boy Big B here from Putt Buddies Pro. We're teaming up with the PVDGC League this year. We're excited to bring you a bunch of awesome content and footage, including what we'll be doing today, which is disc golf and Niss'entials. Here beside me is Farmer Todd. Todd, say what's up.
Hey guys, I'm Todd Nissle, and I'm here to help you become better disc golfers.
He's going to be bringing us a bunch of awesome series as far as educating us on discs. Whether you're old to the sport or new to the sport, you know, we all can use that refresher. So, you know what, let's just go and jump into it.
Let's do it. So, hey guys, just like Big B said, we're going to do a bunch of different things, and we're going to teach you about disc golf. The first one we're going to talk about today is the flight ratings. We're going to use Innova's system since it's the most popular one. There's 4 numbers here, and they all have a number according to what the disc does. You have speed, glide, turn, and fade. And the first one we're going to go over is speed. Speed. A lot of people associate this with distance, and it really has nothing to do with distance. What the speed actually is about is the rim diameter. And what you'll notice is with putters, it'll be a lot thinner, with drivers, be a lot bigger. This and the nose, there's a pretty complex equation that goes into it, but mainly has to do with rim diameter. So the speed ratings will go from anywhere from 1 to 14. That's with Innova. So instead of thinking of speed being something about how far a disc can go, it's actually a measure of how much velocity and spin needed and is recommended for the disc to fly according to the other 3 flight ratings. Another piece that you should know is for Innova, a maximum, and actually this is across all discs for it to be PDGA approved, the rim width cannot be anything more than 2.5 centimeters. For Innova, it's about a speed 13, some 14s are 2.5, a speed 12 will be 2.4, speed 11 will be 2.3, and so forth and so forth. All right, so the second rating is glide. Glide has to do with actually the amount of lift a disc can do. Think of it like an airplane wing. So glide is actually the measure of a disc's ability to produce that lift. Now there's actually an equation that goes into it. It's lift equals air density times air speed squared and the glide rating. So right now I have 2 discs, and you can see, hopefully, that there's a little bit. This guy's a flat top, and this guy is what they call a pop top. There's a reason for it. If you can hear that, it actually makes a popping sound. This has to do with how the disc is cooled and is shaped. We'll get into that later. So glide. Glide's important, not as much. Most pros, when it comes to distance drivers, will use, such as a Destroyer or Wraith, will have a 5 glide. The numbering system is a 1 to 7. The next number we're going to talk about is turn. And what that is as you throw, what the disc wants to do as it's coming out. And this makes up about 3/4 of your throw. The turn, though, is actually measured from 1 to -5, with 1 being overstable, 0 being neutral, and -5, how hard it wants to turn over. That's gonna be your most understable disc. So here I have a Star V Cobra and a Star Vulcan. Now what you'll notice is the Vulcan actually has a lot more turn. It's more understable than the Star Cobra. But if you watch the shots, this disc is actually gonna turn over because it's a lot slower speed. We'll get into that a little bit later. But remember, turn is the first 3/4 of your shot, and it has to do with high speed stability. So the last number is fade, and fade has to do with the last 25% of the flight. Remember, turn made up the first 3/4 or 75%. So right here I have 2 discs. I have a Star Gator and a Buzz SS. Both speed 5s, finishes neutral. Well, the Gator, I know it's tough to see, guys. We're trying to get a good shot for you. Actually has a finish 4, okay? A 4 fade. So what this means to you is, how do you want the disc to finish? The Buzz is gonna wanna keep going forward. It's gonna wanna keep pushing. So you're gonna get more distance. While the Gator is gonna hook really hard at the end. Remember, every disc, if I throw a backhand, is gonna eventually wanna go left at some point. The Gator is gonna finish left a lot harder because it's a 4. Fade is used on a scale of 0 to 5. 0 being least or very little fade, with 5 being the most, and just meat hooking. Higher fade, more control but less distance. Less fade, less control but more distance. Tools for the bag. So we talked about the 4 numbers, but there is another thing that will contribute to how your disc flies. And this is outside of weather related stuff. It's the plastic that it's made out of. So right here, I have 3 different types of plastics. I have a G-Star, I have a Star, and then I have a Pro. The reason I'm hiding this one behind you is, keep in mind, some manufacturers, like Discmania, will use the same plastics as another one. So, bottom line is you need to get to know your manufacturer's plastic. Every plastic's different, but what you need to know is plastic shrinks when it's cold. It gets smaller. Different plastics will cool at different temperatures and different rates. So, the slower a plastic cools, it's going to stay upright, and you're going to get this the flat tops. We showed that to you before. The faster it cools, it's going to get a pop top, and it's going to go down. That angle on the disc, imagine this was on a flat surface. You're going to get that line. It's called a separating or parting angle right there. And it's also the reason that your discs get beat in and they get more understable as they get wear, because the disc hits, bends that nose down. Same reason. Different plastics, such as the Star or Champion line for Innova, are really durable and they hold a lot more, but they come out a little more stable in the flight numbers. When you get down to such as, pardon me, the Pro plastics, this is going to tend to be a little bit more understable, but it's kind of ready to go. But it won't last as long. So that's why you'll see a lot of putters like this, because they don't take that huge damage. Again, bottom line, get to know your manufacturer, try out different plastics. And before I go, I have a theory. Innova is a huge manufacturer, and their discs come out in these huge quantities and get thrown into a room. So the outside will cool a little bit faster, while the inside cools a little bit slower. That's my theory on why destroyers are a little bit different. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm not. Get to know your plastic, throw, find what feels comfortable, go hit those chains.
All right, everybody, I hope you enjoyed the content. Again, please leave a comment below if you have any suggestions as to any videos that you want to see in the future. We look forward to bringing some awesome content and footage to you. Thanks to PVDGC. We're really excited this year, so can't wait to see you guys out there. Why do I keep saying quit saying
How I do it is, like, I'm walking down a path, and when I or into my house
in your head,
and I have that sitting on a chair. Should I talk about that? That's the next thing, and it's sitting on that chair, and I just walk.
okay.